Hello everybody, my name is Dwayne Massey and welcome back to my YouTube channel and my YouTube video entitled The Relationship Between Arousal, Anxiety, and Stress Part 1. Lecture material that go along with this video can be found on my website www.masseyinstitute.com. If you want to stop this video at this point and download these materials, please do so. Go to the website, select the lecture material tab, select the title of this video, and print out the associated material. You can then follow along on it as the video progresses. You may restart the video when you are ready to do so. Let's go ahead and get started. We have a tendency to use the terms arousal, stress, and anxiety interchangeably, but they mean slightly different things. Stress is the malady of our modern lives. The stress level in our society is perceived to go up every year due to increased technology and other demands placed on us which we were not subject to in previous generations. Recent circumstances and developments in our society have increased this collective stress to even heightened levels due to the new and novel challenges we have had to face over the last couple of years. These challenges have contributed to dire consequences for large segments of our society. But actually, all stress is a physiological response to a demand. It could be any demand. We have a tendency to view stress as a negative thing. But stress in and of itself is neither good nor bad. It is the perception of the stress that determines how it will be perceived. More on that later. Let's define some terms. Anxiety is defined as a negative emotional state characterized by nervousness, worry, and apprehension associated with arousal of the body. State anxiety is considered an individual's anxiety at a particular moment in time. Somatic state anxiety is moment-to-moment changes in perceived physiological activation. These physical signs of stress include feeling sick, butterflies in the stomach, headaches, increased muscle tension, need to urinate frequently, among others. Dave Casper, the former great tight end for the Oakland Raiders, stated if he ever felt good on game day, it was a sign to him that he was not ready to play. To Dave Casper, feeling bad prior to a game meant he was ready to play and go out and take care of business. A more complete list of the physiological manifestations of stress can be found on my website. Cognitive state anxiety is the degree to which one worries or has negative thoughts. The competitive state anxiety inventory can be used to measure cognitive state anxiety, and a copy can be found on my website. Trait anxiety is a general predisposition to respond across many situations with high levels of anxiety. As we stated, stress in and of itself is not good or bad, but it is our perception of the stress that is key here. Some of us are just predisposed to have more anxiety than others. Whether this is because of a genetic predisposition to be more susceptible to anxiety, or whether it is due to traumatic or difficult life experiences early in life which conditions us to respond across many different situations with increased levels of anxiety, is open to speculation. The Sports Competition Trait Anxiety Inventory measures trait anxiety and can also be found on my website. Let's focus on a model of the arousal-performance relationship. In the beginning, there was the athlete, and it was good. The athlete brings certain things to the table, which include their skill level, their fitness level, fatigue makes cowards of us all, and their personal experience. If they've had success in the past, they probably expect to continue to have success going forward. Next, you have the sporting situation. This consists of the task difficulty and the demands of the situation. The task is either difficult or it's not. You can either meet the demands placed on you or you can't. You then have your cognitive appraisal of the situation. If you view the situation as positive, it is positive. If you view the situation as negative, it is negative. Perception becomes reality. This cognitive appraisal consists of the demands of the situation, the resources you bring to the table, the consequences of failing to live up to those demands, and the meaning of those consequences. My life is over. My family will disown me. I will be an outcast. My girlfriend will break up with me. Or whatever these potential consequences may mean to you. The demands of the situation in and of them itself contributes to natural physiological responses, which may include increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, increased muscle tension, increased brainwave activity, and increased skin temperature. Several of these variables are often used in biofeedback to indicate the presence of stress. This all ultimately culminates in behavior, and there is a definite connection between perception and behavior. Our cognitive appraisal or perceptions affects our behavior, and our behavior affects our cognitive appraisal or perceptions. If your arousal is too high and your cognitive appraisal is negative, our motor performance suffers. Decision making goes out the window. Our perception is skewed toward the negative. Retention of learned behavior is impaired. How many of you have ever heard the maxim, no plan survives first contact with the enemy? Or as Mike Tyson stated, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. This cognitive appraisal behavior connection can contribute to a negative spiral which leads to poor performance and in many cases choking. A negative cognitive appraisal contributes to reduced performance, which leads to further negative appraisal, which leads to continued deteriorating performance, and so on and so forth. This wraps up our discussion today on the relationship between arousal, anxiety, and stress, Part 1. In conclusion, I hope something we said today was useful and had some relevance to you. Be on the lookout for my next video, which I hope to post in the relatively near future. Again, be sure to check out my webpage, www.masseyinstitute.com. Additional information about sports psychology and the topics discussed can be found there. Also, if you like what you see today, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And be sure to leave comments, as I am interested in what you think of these efforts. Thank you so much for watching today.